Okay. I hope I'm loud and clear. I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's begin. First of all, this is a hands-on course, so you have to practice it. Like we have only 3 days, otherwise it would be a 15 lab sessions. But we have only 3 days, so we'll quickly go through this course and how you can do the different tasks. I'll assign the task day by day. Like for this 3 day, I'll assign you different tasks and you have to complete this task. Like it would be basically a program and you have to complete the program before coming to the next lecture and submit it. Okay, based on that I'm going to evaluate you as well, so complete that task before entering the next section. And tomorrow's session would be again in afternoon, like after 1 or 2 I'll get the session, because I guess you have a lecture earlier. Am I correct? For electrical, I know what is the scenario. What about the computer people? Like, do you have
Yes,
a
sir.
lecture before that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Up to what time you have the lecture tomorrow?
11:30.
11, up to 11:30 you have the last lecture completed 11:30.
Yes.
Okay. And on Saturday, do you have same kind of schedule?
No, no.
सर बट उसमें मैं अभी मैथ्स का लेक्चर है ना, उसमें मैम का अभी शेड्यूल नहीं दिया कल का।
Okay, no issue.
लाइक
Just
ओके।
do me a favor. Whenever you get the schedule from the maths, just let me know. Just text me over the Teams में मुझे message कर देना simple कि this is the schedule time. So according to that, I will schedule my lecture. Probably I'll be scheduling after 1 or 1:30, but I have to check with the other engagement as well. Okay. I'll be required in 3 to 4 hours of this session to complete this course. To complete the basic knowledge of the course, all the other things has to be done at your end. So we'll be requiring like 2 or 3 hours per day. You have to work from home to complete this task. For today and tomorrow task will be easy, but for on the last task would be somewhat difficult, so you'll require more time in that. But obviously it would be a Saturday and then you do not have the lecture, then directly we will have a viva on 11th of the December. That's the schedule I have got. So on 11th of the December we'll conduct the final for the same subject, and then you are free from the subject. Okay, so now let's begin with this basic of Python. So first of all,
सर
yeah, please go ahead.
सर मतलब हमारे काउंसलर ने तो ऐसा बोला है कि 3 दिन आपको इलेक्टिव सब्जेक्ट ही करना है, कोई मैथ्स से कुछ करना नहीं है। तो
यस
आपसे
सर।
अगर सूटेबल हो या अगर
See,
आपसे कुछ सूटेबल हो सके तो आप 9 या 10 बजे रख सकते हो लेक्चर।
it is not possible because I have all the lecturing first year as well, and that is running from 10 to 11, like 11:30. So it would be little bit
ओके
difficult
ओके।
for me. Just a minute, hold for a moment.
सर ओके सर।
Yeah, please go ahead. Someone was speaking.
यस सर। इसकी राइटिंग एग्जाम भी होगी?
There would be like there won't be a writing exam. Basically, you will have a quiz kind of thing, practical where you will be given a task or program and you have to perform that program. And lastly, there will be a viva session.
ओके सर,
Okay,
थैंक यू।
but it would be very easy. Like there is no written exam, but whatever I'll take, like viva or quiz, or that would be comparatively very easy. So do not worry about it. If you focus on these 3 days, you'll be getting easily through that. Okay, so you have been instructed by your counselor that you are free for a whole day. Someone was.
કાઉન્સલરે કીધું તો છે પણ લેક્ચર તો બી અટેન્ડ થાય છે.
અચ્છા એવું છે એટલે મને બી આઈડિયા નથી લાઈક મને ખાલી એક સિમ્પલ આવો મેસેજ પાસ ઓન થયો છે કે ધેટ I have to conduct the lecture on this 3 day. So since morning there were some different engagement for the diploma students, so I am taking it right now. I just came to know that other people that has not joined here are in busy in some other labs, so they'll come in here. No issue, but I'll post the tomorrow morning on itself. What should we do, and when we should meet, and if you find any other engagement in that time, just let the other faculty know that we have that engagement for elective course subjects. Okay, so they will cancel out that schedule because we only have 3 days, and we I have to conduct the exam on 11th December. That's the final date. So I have to complete this course by this 3 day. Okay. So first we'll focus on this course and let me know who is the faculty. I'll talk to him directly. If it is not possible at your end, I'll talk at my end. Okay. Just let me know if you have some other engagement. I'll post the schedule tomorrow morning. What would be the schedule for the Friday and Saturday? I'll post it to you tomorrow morning. Okay.
ઓકે સર.
હેલો સર.
Yeah.
સર સર
Uh,
इस लेक्चर के दौरान हमें लैपटॉप रखना जरूरी है?
Harshit, you can perform this programming on your mobile phones as well, so you do not require laptop at all. But it would be a little bit difficult to type in your mobile, but that can be the task can be performed in your mobile as well. No issue in that.
ओके थैंक यू सर.
I'll share how to do that on mobile or how to do that on computer. I'll share that. Even you don't require to install the Python software. That's the good thing. Okay, so let's begin. And someone was asking some other question. Okay, it was Kunal only. Yeah, Manish, you want to tell anything?
સર અમારા D2D નો એક છોકરો છે મીર પટેલ કરીને, નાવ ઇઝ ઇન મસ્કત, તો એનું એક આઈડી આઈ થિંક પ્રીવિયસલી જનરેટ થયેલું છે. તો એને એવું હતું કે કોલ નથી મળી રહ્યો કે ખબર નહીં શું છે, પણ એને એવું કહ્યું હતું કે મને કંઈ એનાથી લોગિન કરવાનું છે કે પછી ન્યૂ આઈડી મને મળશે, એવું કંઈ પૂછતો હતો.
Do you have his old ID?
એની જોડે ઓલ્ડ જૂનું આઈડી છે, ઓલરેડી છે.
મારી પાસે નથી તો એ મને તું શેર કરી શકે?
એને કે સાઇન આઉટ કરે.
Just a moment. That this probably me here. Yeah, I have his WhatsApp number. No issue.
ઓકે.
Just a moment. Just wait for a while, students. Okay, he is with us now. Okay. Okay, so let's begin. So this is basic course on Python, and well, like first of all, the first question is why we need software. So mainly, if you look at the computer hardware, you have mainly input output devices like your keyboard, your mouse, your display is input output devices. Then you have a CPU where all your data processing is done. Then you have a memory where you will store data that is going to be processed using a CPU. You have a network, and you have a secondary or tertiary memory where like your pen drives or your like CD-ROMs or some other devices. Okay, so this is basically a hardware of computer, but to run all these things, you need a software or a program in your CPU, which can do different tasks, which can process the data, which can give the command to input or output device, which can communicate with the network. So along with hardware, you require a software, and combinedly it will work as a computer. So the software is also important, but the software is a little bit difficult part, and we are going to learn that, like not this software, basically not that to run the computer, but how you can process a data. At least we can learn that using Python. Okay, so we are going to learn that now. Let's say what is programming. The programming is like a language. For example, Python, or you can consider English or Gujarati as a language. Okay, so basically it's a language. Python is a language, but which kind of language? It's a programming language. So you are going to programming that. You have one more language you might be knowing. C is the programming language. Java is programming language. So these all are the programming language. Same way Python is a programming language, but it is little bit different. uh, Now programming is like telling a story. Like in English or Gujarati, we tell a story. We know a little words, and we combine that words. We form sentences. We combine sentences, and we formulate a story. Same way, programming is like telling a story using little keywords. Okay, but rather than vocabulary, we have the keywords, or you can say a reserve words. For an example, if I say a print, so print means to print something. So it has a reserve keyword like this. So this is a programming, and I combine this kind of keyword, a set of keywords combined like 100 or 200 keywords I have written in some formal way, then it is known as a program, and that program will be able to do some specific task. Okay, so these are all the keywords available in Python. And as assert, break, class, we are not going to read all these keywords right now, but we'll cover half of them throughout this course. Like if, then import, we will come across this kind of keywords, and we'll learn that. Sorry, someone is speaking. Yeah, Parth, you want to say anything? I have to mute you all. Yeah. Now let's begin our journey to Python. So let us start with Python. So first basic command in any language we generally learn is print command, or you can say print function. So what does a print function do? So print function will basically print out the message. So for an example here, if I say print bracket inverted comma, hey Python, I will complete my inverted comma, I'll close my bracket, and if I hit enter, it will print the message I have asked to print. So what was the message I asked is this, hey Python is my message. So this message is being printed here. Okay, now how you can do this? Where you can do this, where you can write a Python code. For that we will use this website. The website is repl.it, repl.it. Okay, I share this website on your Teams, and using this website you can code Python without installing any software on computer or your mobile. You can run this site on your mobile as well, so you do not have to worry about if you do not have your computer. Press on start coding. Here you will be prompted for login. Login with either Facebook, Google, or any other, or you can even sign up if you want. So right now I'm logging it with my Google ID. So once you log in, you will see some screen like this, and here you can see create a ripple, and then you can see a Python. So just click on this Python. As soon as you click on a Python, you will be redirected to a new page where you will see this kind of tree layout. If it is mobile, the layout would be a little bit different. But mainly you have this three screens in your mobile as well. Okay, the first screen is being files. I am not discussing this right now. The second screen is this screen where I am going to write my code. This screen. Okay, I'm discussing about this screen. So this is the screen where I'm going to write my code, and then there is this black screen which is my output window. Whatever I write here and run this code, the output would be printed over here. This is my output screen. Okay, so let us say I am printing a command. So print is a command, so I will write print. Then I want to print hey Python, so I'll write hey Python. Okay, now the advantage of using this online tool is that whenever I print, like see, I have written just print. I'll open a bracket, it will automatically close a bracket for me. I'll put inverted comma, it will automatically put the other inverted comma over there for me. So it is little bit easy to write down the code. So I'm writing hey Python. Okay, so this is my code, and then I'm going to run this code. As soon as I press this run command, you will see this output is getting printed over here. Okay, let us write down two more things here. Let us say today is third of December. Okay, and run this code. So hey Python, today 3rd of December. If I write one more line, it will get printed one more line. If I change something here, let me write down my name. So if I write hey Jignesh, in that case, if I run this code, immediately my result will change and I'll get hey Jignesh. It is possible that you miss this bracket, suppose, and if I try to run this, you will immediately get an error in your output screen. What is the error? File main.py line 2. So there is an error in line 2 somewhere. It is not always like if its error is in line 2, you will get error in line 2. Here the actually error shown in line 2 because error is in line 1 end. Okay, so it is pointing at P. So actually it is pointing that error is somewhere here, but actual error is here. The bracket is not completed, that's why an error is generated. So I'll complete this and I'll run this code. Okay, so this is how you can run your Python code using repl.it, and you are going to use this site. If you do not want to use that site, the other option is this. This is the other option. You can install your Python software. Once you install that Python, you will be having this Python shell, and here you can write the code. So I can write code here. And immediately I'll get my answer. Okay, this is Python shell. So whatever I write, the command will be executed immediately. But if I want to create a file, I can create a file. And as we have seen in REPL, I can run my code over here. So I'll write my code print Python. One more thing, you can use single inverted comma or double inverted comma. Either of that two is work, but if you start with single inverted comma, you should close with single inverted comma. And if you start with double inverted comma, you should close with double inverted comma. Okay, so this is my code. Now I have to save this code. So I'll save this code. Let us say trial 1. So it is saved as trial1.py. Py is the extension for Python file, and I'm going to run this using F5, or you can use this run command. Run Python shell. Okay. Sorry, run module. So it will immediately run the program and I'll get the output. So this is how you can write a multiple line of program over here. Whatever you write here get executed immediately. But if you want to create a program, you want to generate a program, then use this file. You'll create a file or create a line of code here and then execute this code and you will see the result in your Python shell. Okay, this is the other option. And you can install the software by visiting this Python website. This is the website. Just search for Python and you will see this welcome to python.org. This is the open source software. Go to download and download for Windows. Go with Python 3.9.0. You will be immediately prompted for this download. I'm cancelling it right now. So these are the two methods by which you can run your Python code. How to run that code in mobile, I'll share that video. I have created a video. I have a video already in my YouTube. I'll share that video link to you and you can refer that how to run the code. Okay, so this was the first command, a print command, basic print command, where I'm going to print a string on this screen. So this is a string, so I'm going to print a string on a screen. Okay, suppose you want to print a number, you can print the number as well. Suppose I want to print a number, I can print number. I can change this to number like 1 2 3 4 2. If I run this, I'll be printing number. Okay, so this is a print command. The next command that we are going to learn today is scan command, or not scan. Scan is related to C, but here we are going to learn an input command. What does the input command do? So input command will ask a user to enter some values. For an example, if I want to ask your name, I'll say what is the name, and then you reply. Same way, you can write a program which will ask the user his name, what is the name, and then whatever his whatever user insert, that would be taken in by a program, and then it will process on that particular data. For an example here, I have used print enter your name. So I have printed this line of code that enter your name. Then I am using input command. So using input command, I am prompting my user to input some values. Okay, what value here? So name. So user will enter his name, and then I'm going to print his name. Now let's see this in an example. Like what are the issue with this input command? Okay, let's say this is just a simple message to let the user know what he has to do. This is a simple message. The first line is very simple message. What user has to do, I am going to describe that. So I am going to describe enter your name. Okay, if I run this code, I'll get nothing. If I run this code, I cannot enter anything. Like if I enter something that's created traceback, this is an error. But after that, I can write input. As soon as I write input, immediately my output window will wait for me. See here, this message is printed. Immediately you will see a green cursor. But once you run this code, you won't see this green cursor. Other than that, you will see something different happening over here. See, I'm running this. Now you can see there is a cursor over here. So it is waiting for user to have some input. So let us say here I am inputting something. Let us say Python, and I press enter. So now this Python is taken inside by your program. But here there is an issue. Python is Python. I have entered the Python. User has entered Python, but I have nowhere to store that Python. So I have to create a space where I'm going to store this value. This is a value. If I do not store it, I'll lose the value. So I have to create a space where I can store the value. Or you can say you have to create a variable inside which you can store a value. So I'm going to create a variable. Let us say I'm going to name it as a like variable, or you can name it as a name. Name is the variable name. This is my variable. This is for variable. Var underscore name is my name of variable. I'm using this as my storage space. So whenever I use this in program again at some other point, it will get me the value. What is this value? Okay. Now let us run this program and understand what happens. See, again you will see nothing. Okay. But if you want to see something, you have to do this print var underscore name. Now if I run this code, it is asking my name. I am entering my name. Let us say Jignesh, and I'll press enter. Immediately it is getting me a one new value. Again it is getting me Jignesh. Okay, let's have a bigger example. Let's have two different input and we'll process that two different input combinedly. Let us say I am first entering my name. I am storing that in name variable. So name is equal to input. Whenever you want a user to enter some value, you have to use this input command. So I'm using input command, but I have to store whatever user throw at me. Like here I have thrown Jignesh at program. So this has to be stored somewhere. So to store that, I have this variable. Okay. Now I am using one more. Now I'm having one more type of variable, that is surname, and I'm using this surname as an input. So now user has to input his surname as well. But here what's in this issue? The issue is that I do not let the user know. Like if I run this command, I will be prompted two times for two different input. But here earlier this message was printed, but here there is no message printed. Okay, let us see this. Enter your name. I am entering Jignesh. Okay. Again one more input, I am entering Patel. But at this point of time I was not knowing that I have to enter my surname. Here you can see the program, that's why you know. But if I won't show you this program, if I block this out, I will know what you have to do. For that you have to again print this kind of message that enter your. Now there is an easy way to do this thing, and that easy way is this. You can directly put this syntax over here. If I write it like this, input, inside input I'll put my message in inverted comma. In that case it will get automatically printed before asking the input. That's now let's run this program. So it is enter your name. Now I am writing Jignesh, and now you can see that is inside your input bracket. Whatever inside this input bracket, in between this two, this is my message. This message is printed on your screen. So now I can write over here. So now I know what user has to do. Same you can use here. Now I can remove this message from here and I can put it over here. So I do not require print at all. Now your actual task is to combine this two and print Jignesh Patel as a whole name. That's your task. How you can do this? So let us do that. Sorry, I just see this happens whenever you use your ideal. At that time I used to run my program by pressing F5, and this is my browser and I accidentally press F5, so it has refreshed the whole page. So take care of that. Now let us say I want to print my name and along with the surname. So what I can do is I can print my name along with my surname by putting a comma in between. So I'll print name. Okay. Now you see a little bit different over here. I do not put this. What happens if I put this, and what happens if I don't put that? This tool looks very similar, but there is minute difference. Here I have this inverted comma, and here I do not have that. Now I run this. अरे यार.
सर इन्वर्टेड कॉमा था उसमें नेम ही प्रिंट होगा.
I will show you this what happened. Like everyone must not knowing this. So enter your name. I'll write Jignesh. I'll write Patel. So see, there are two different things printed. The first print name has printed name. So what it has done is it has considered this name as a string and it has printed this name itself. Like whatever inside is a message and it has printed this message as a message. But here in this fourth line, what I have done is I have put a name without my inverted comma. So here whenever I print name, name is the variable. It refers to a variable. So it has directly gone to its memory and it has gone to memory and checked what is the value of name. So it has the value of name from this line. Here we have inserted Jignesh. So Jignesh is stored in name. So what is the value of name? So the value of name is Jignesh. So print name will print Jignesh here. Okay. Now along with that, I want to print surname. So I can put a comma and I can write surname. If I run this code combinedly, you can see it has processed two different variable at the same time and it has combined that two and printed it for me in one single line. So you can use input command in this way. Okay, you can input different things. For example, you want to input a number, you can do that, no issue. See, I can enter some number over here, no issue in that. Okay, I can enter a number. Now if you want that user should not enter some random number instead of name, then you have to write that code here uh, to restrict the user entering the value, some random values over here. You can generate an error message and print out over here. Okay, how to do that? We can, once we learn this all this thing, you can do it later on stage. Okay, so this is a input command. Any doubt in the input command or print function?
No, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
सर
sir.
Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Who say? Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
हाँ हाँ, हमने जो प्रिंट कमांड में कोमा ऑपरेटर के दोनों स्ट्रिंग को मर्ज किया था.
Yeah.
हाँ तो उसकी जगह वहाँ पे प्लस लगा दे तो.
Yeah. Well, it will work. No issue. We'll come to that. I have that in next few slides. There, it will be there.
ओके.
What's an issue with that plus sign is there is an issue with the plus sign. Like not an issue, but I know what you are pointing at. We'll see that. Okay. So let's move ahead and let us go to a little bit deep topic. So we have learned two basic function, the print function and input function. Okay, how you can use that we have seen. At the end of this class, I will share this whole video that we have recorded right now. What I'm telling you is going to be recorded. I'll upload this video in YouTube and I'll share that link to you so you can watch it one more time if you want to. Now we'll move with a next topic, that is arithmetic operations.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah.
sir, can you upload here also
Uh, Means
the video
I'll
on team?
upload it on YouTube and I'll share that link over this team. So just press on that. It will redirect you to YouTube. It will be better on YouTube rather than Teams. So arithmetic operations. So we know that what are the arithmetic operations? Like you can say your summation, your subtraction, division, multiplication, and many more. So that are your basic operation of arithmetic operation. But before going to that arithmetic operation, you must know what is a variable. So we have already discussed little bit about variable. Variables are like container of storing data values. So I have told you that we require some space to store something. So it is basically a container. Unlike other programming language, Python has no command for declaring a variable. A variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. So what does this two line means? For an example here, see, I am going to write two different thing. Let us say A. A is equal to 234, and in second line I'm writing B is equal to Vignesh. Okay. Now if you learn a C language or any other programming language, you must come across that before declaring any variable or assigning any value to the variable, you must declare the type of variable. For an example, if I want to store this kind of number in A, then I have to declare A as an integer or something else, float number or something like that. And if I want this kind of alphabetic characters in my variable, then I have to declare this as a string or character. But in Python, you do not have to do that. Whenever you assign any variable with values, depending on the value, the variable will be automatically defined by Python. Okay. So if I run this code, there would be no error. So that's the first thing. And basic, very basic variable as of now is integer and string. And that are two examples. This one is integer and this one is a string. Now there are some basic rules to have the name of variable. Like I cannot select a random variable name. Like I can not have the name like 123. It cannot be my name of variable. So there are some basic rules to name a variable. What are the rules is a variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. Okay, so either it should be a letter A to Z or it should be at least an underscore. Then and then it will be considered as a variable. A variable name cannot start with a number, so you cannot start like 1a is 1a cannot be a variable, but a1 can be a variable, no issue in that, but it should not start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric character and underscores, so it can have capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, 0 to 9 and underscore that are only allowable in the name of variable. And variable names are case sensitive. Okay, so if I write age in small, if a capital with G is small and a G E all three capital, in that case these three are three different variable for Python. Okay, let us see an example. If I write a is equal to 1 2 4, if I write capital is equal to 4 5 3 4 5 and I am printing a, so if I run this, it will print 1 2 4. Now suppose I have removed this line and I am writing print capital A. Immediately it has created a traceback. Name A does not define. That means, see here you can see A is defined. A is 124. We know that. But capital A is not defined. This is a small a and this is a capital. So these two are different variables. But if I replace it with small a, you will get your results. So these are basic rules of variable. Keep that in mind. Then comes a very basic task, that is assignment operator. We are using this operator since few minutes. A equal to 124. What is that equal to? Equal to is assignment operator. It will assign the value on your right hand side to the variable on left hand side. Okay, whatever on the left hand side will get the value available on the right hand side. If I write a equal to 5, 5 will be stored in A. If I write a equal to B, B is stored in A. Okay. Now here it comes Python arithmetic operation. Okay, we will mainly focus on this 4 operation right now: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, to perform addition, you will use this summation sign that we use. Subtraction, you will use a dash. Multiplication, you will use star, and division, you will select backward slash. Sorry, forward slash. You will use. Okay. Now let us see how to do that. Let us say two different values. Let us say b equal to 34. Okay. So print a plus b. I'll run this code. Okay, a plus b is 124 plus 34, 448, 325, 158. See, it is getting correct answer. Let us perform a minus b. Right. It's 90. You can do it in like this: c equal to a minus b. Also store this answer in some variable c, and then I can print c. It is good. It's correct. No issue in that. Okay, see, this is running. I will get same answer, but only difference is that I'll have one more variable here that is storing my answer. But if you do not want to store your answer, you can directly put a minus b inside here. Okay. Some point of time you will require this kind of tricks to save the memory and time, runtime of your program. Because here I have to write 2 lines, but instead of that, if I put a minus b in here, I'll save 1 line of code. At the same time, I will save 1 space of memory because I'm not storing this answer. If it is required, I have to store it. I do not have any other option. But if it is not required, in that case, I can print it yet skip to store it. So this kind of trick can help you in future. But right now you can perform either or. Same way you can perform your multiplication operation, and you can perform a division operation also. Okay. Whenever you perform a division operation, this variable c would be in float, not an integer, and we'll see that how to check the type of variable. So these are the basic operator, arithmetic operator that we are going to perform. Okay. Any questions related to topic? Not date, but today.
No, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
So
sir.
No, sir.
now I have 10 more minutes and I'll cover this last part or this little part, and then we'll take the next lecture. Whatever is next, we'll go in next lecture and take that tomorrow. But before that, let's complete this. Now someone was suggesting, what if I write instead of comma, what if I write a plus sign? So I have these 2 examples. In first example, what I have done is print EE, comma 283. Okay, both are string here. So if I write this, what I will get is EE space 283. Whenever I put a comma, a space is automatically added in between that two. But if I write EE plus 283, in that case, what I will print is EE283 without any space. So what's the difference? Difference is that this plus sign is basically a concatenation operation. That means I'm going to merge 2 string using this plus operator. So this plus is not your arithmetic one, but it is performing on 2 string. So this operation will combine these 2 strings on both the side. So it will combine EE with 283 as a string. So the result would look like this. Okay. Now the next question is, what if I write this? A equal to 283 print inverted comma EE plus A. What if I write this? Yeah, anyone?
Same one.
Double E plus 3.
EE283. Okay. Anyone else?
Same.
Same means EE283. With
Yes.
space or without space?
Without space.
Okay, I have done
Yeah.
this for you. I have done this for you, and see what I've got. Uh, just do that. If you believe me, let us do it over here. Capital A is equal to 283 print double E plus A. Okay. And I'm going to run this code. See, there is an error. What that error say? Traceback most
Is
small
integer.
class type can only see here it is written can only concatenate string, not integer. Here, if you look at this A is integer. I have told you earlier, whenever there is a string, you will see this inverted comma around that string. You cannot see a inverted comma along 283. That means 283 is stored as an integer. And whenever you use this plus sign, it try to concatenate that too. So a string along with an integer does not go well. So that's why that error is generated. But instead of that, if I put a comma, this code will run like charm. See? Because here what I do is I suggest to print EE along with some other variable. So whenever I put a comma and put a one more argument, it will just go there and it will just bring the value of whatever that value of variable or whatever message it is. It will just print that. It is not concatenating. It is actually printing one more than one argument at the same time. That's the difference. Okay, so that's why I do not generally prefer a plus sign because it creates chaos sometimes. Okay, plus is arithmetic operator. It can handle two different data types, so do not use it along with a print function. Generally, do not do it. Okay, you can do it if you comfortable with it. Otherwise, don't use it. Use a comma operator. And that brings us to a very new topic, and it is typecasting. Okay, but before going to typecasting, you must know how to check the type of any variable. For example, you don't know what is the type of this variable A. In that case, what you can do is you can write print, then there is one more function, this type. Whenever you write type, inside a bracket you can put your variable name. And if I run this code, it will say what type of variable A is. So here it is showing class integer. Okay, now see, I'll put a inverted comma. Then I'll run this again. Now it is returned class as a string. Suppose I am putting this as 283.0. It will immediately convert it to float. Okay. So whatever value is there, according to that, the data type of A will be decided by Python. And if you want to check that, you can use this type keyword. So using type keyword, I can check what is the type of my variable. Now suppose this was the scenario. A is equal to 283 and I want to print plus 283, sorry, plus A. I want to execute this command without any error. What should I do is I should perform a typecast on this variable A and I should convert this variable value, whatever value is stored in this variable, to string. And how to do that? Very simple is put the type you want. So I want it in a string, put a bracket and say the name. Okay, so I'll write string A. So what this command will do, this command combinedly will convert variable A. Type of variable A was earlier integer, but whatever is inside this A would be converted now as a string and reflected over here. But it won't change the value of A itself. Huh? Here it is just getting me output. Before getting me output, it is changing the value, but inside it is still an integer. We'll check that. First, let us see this. See, it is executed. Okay. Now let us check the type of A. It's capital A. Okay, run. See, it is still showing me integer. I have typecasted, but where I have typecasted, I have typecasted after A. So what I have done is here string 283 is like whenever there is a, it will fetch this value 283. It will put 283, then it will execute this outer body. So that is string of 283. So it will convert it to 283. That's why it is class integer, because a itself is not changed. But if I want to change itself, I can do this. A is equal to string of a. In this case, it will change to see class string. What I have done, I have typecasted this value and stored it again inside a. So right now this will work like this also. So this is how you perform typecasting. Ask two value from user and print total of two values. This is a classical example of how typecasting can be uh, important. Let us say I am asking a user for two value a and b. Input value of a or value 1. Same way I am getting one more value from a user b, and I am performing here addition between that two. So I'll print a plus b. I am going to run this command and I am entering the value first value to be 25. Sorry, I'm entering first value is a 56. I'm asking for second value, let us say 23, and I press enter. Instead of 5 6 plus 2 3, that is 9, and 5 2 is 7 79. Instead of 79, what I get is 5 6 2 3. Why did this happen? Because whenever you use input method, in that case whatever you enter is always stored as a string. Okay, see, this is a classical example. I have entered two values 4 and 6 and it is showing me 46. How to solve this? So if you check here, print type of a. So if you check the type of a, you will notice type of a, but it is not running. Okay, let us say 34 and 67. Print type. See, I'm entering a value 23. This is the number. We look it at the number. But if I run this, you will see print type A is getting this string. So though we have entered an integer number, but as we are using input method, automatically whenever you use input method, it will convert it to string. So it is always taking inside the value as a string. That's why 23 as the string has been inserted. The other number, let us say 56, is entered as a one more string. So here a plus b is nothing but a concatenation operation between these two strings. The two string being 23 and 56. So it is printing 2356. Okay. So that's an issue. So what you have to do is typecast, convert one data type to another data type is called typecasting. For example, you want to add two numbers. So we have seen how to typecast. So we can typecast using, what I do here is I can do this integer of input. Okay, so whatever user will enter will come here. So like 23 will come here. It is converted to integer and then it will be stored to a. Now if I run this command, the first value whatever I enter is converted to integer. How? Because I have put an typecasting here. So first this command will execute it. This command will fetch the value 234. Then 234 come here is a string, and this 234 is passed on to this integer typecasting variable function. So this function will typecast 234 string to 234 integer. So 234 is stored in A as an integer. That's why here it is showing 234 as integer. If I enter one more value, I'll get an error because now this is an integer. This command is in integer. The A value is in integer, B is in string. That's why it has created an error. But if I put this in integer as well, and if I run this command one more time, I'll get the desired output. It is 57. 34 plus 23 is 57 and not the concatenation operation. Okay, so keep that in mind. Whenever you use input command, you are converting, you have to convert it to integer if you want it to be integer. Otherwise, always input command by default takes in as a string. Okay, so take care while you use input function. Done. Okay, so we are done for this lecture today. I will go with this conditional execution from next lecture. If you have any doubts till this topic, you can ask me, or you can leave this class. I'll post based on this today's lecture in next I don't know by what time I will post it, but I'll post it today itself. It would be very easy assignments and you should complete it before coming to the next class. I'll share the tomorrow's class schedule in morning and I'll share this video, today's video. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me or you can leave.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. सर आप सिलेबस सेंड कर दो सर.
You might be not requiring syllabus. I'll teach whatever. I'll share it, no issue. I'll share the syllabus, but we might be not requiring the syllabus at all.
Okay, sir.
To share the PPT?
I'll share this PPT.
Okay, sir. Thank you.